Tonight, former President Donald Trump addressed a crowd of supporters at Mar-a-Lago in Florida after returning from a day inside a Manhattan courtroom. There, the former president pleaded not guilty to 34 felony charges of falsifying business records.
It's the first time a president, past or present, has been charged with a crime, despite a warning to tamp down the rhetoric in court today. Earlier tonight, Trump called Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg a criminal and the charges against him fake.
As it turns out, virtually everybody that has looked at this case, including rhinos and even hardcore Democrats, say there is no crime and that it should never have been brought. This fake case was brought only to interfere with the upcoming 2024 election, and it should be dropped immediately.
Now, this is an image of Donald Trump inside that courtroom. We now know the 34 counts of falsifying business records are connected to hush money payments allegedly made to 3 people, not just Stormy Daniels, at the height of the presidential election in 2016, or 2015-2016. DA Bragg talked about the charges today for the first time.
At its core, this case today is one with allegations like so many of our white-collar cases. Allegations that someone lied again and again to protect their interests and evade the laws to which we are all held accountable.
The Attorney General was asked why he's bringing this case now. He said his office has additional evidence that his predecessor did not.
And tonight I talked to Duke law professor and former federal prosecutor Shane Stansbury. We discussed how he measures the strength of the Manhattan DA's case given what we know in the 16-page indictment. And what I'm going to share next is what I think we'll be hearing a lot about over the next few months. So we heard the 34 falsifying business records counts. Stansbury says he wants to know what the theory of the case here is that elevates what is a misdemeanor crime to a felony. He says to be a felony, you have to rely on other laws because it would mean the defendant had a specific intent to cover up or commit another crime. Take a listen.
And so many of us lawyers were wondering, what is that other crime? That is not specifically spelled out in the indictment. DA Bragg gave us some hints of what those theories will be, and there appear to be multiple under both state and federal law.
Now, Stansbury says we should learn that in the months ahead. This is really interesting. Stansbury has worked with both Manhattan DA Bragg and Trump's defense attorney, Todd Blanche, there on the far left, all at the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York. And he told me both are diligent lawyers and this will be a fight.
He does not come across as a sort of fire-breathing prosecutor or even as a sort of smooth politician. I also worked with Todd Blanche, who's on the other side on the defense team. He is also a professional. So they'll fight hard, but they'll both be, I think, professionals throughout.
Trump is expected to appear in court again in December.
We heard from many supporters of Donald Trump tonight. North Carolina Republican Senator Thom Tillis wrote in a statement, "It's clear that this is a politically motivated prosecution against Donald Trump. Politics should never tip the scales of justice, and Congress has every right to demand answers and accountability from the Manhattan DA's office." You can see our full coverage of Donald Trump's indictment on WRAL.com and our free app.